Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Epic Basketball League, brought to you by the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and tonight we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League matchup between the Bronze Division San Diego Rockets and the hometown Cleveland Cavaliers. The Rockets are off to a very strong start behind Elvin Hayes, who leads the league in scoring, rebounding, and block shots. Cleveland, not so much. In their first year of existence, they are struggling to a 1-5 start. They did just pick up their first victory of the season. They are led by the veteran center, Walt Wesley, out of the University of Kansas. And their all-star for the season, John Johnson, out of Iowa. The Rockets will start Calvin Murphy, Stu Lance, and John Trapp in the backcourt, with Don Adams and Elvin Hayes inside. And the Cavaliers will start Johnny Warren at the point guard, alongside Bobby Smith, the aforementioned John Johnson, the Buckeye Dave Sorensen at the power forward, and Big Walt Wesley inside. Those are your starting lineups. So let's play some basketball. As the starting lineups are being announced in the arena, we will tip it up. And San Diego and Elvin Hayes will control the action on the opening tap. Hayes has the ball inside. He's got a switch off against Sorensen, so he's going to go ahead and take the shot. The short jump shot won't go. Hayes gets his own rebound, but he pushed off on Johnson to get that rebound, and it will be John Johnson shooting one for the Cavaliers. Not a great start for Elvin Hayes, as Johnson hits the first free throw, and the Cavaliers have the first point of the game. Here comes San Diego back on offense. They're led by the dynamic point guard, Calvin Murphy, NBA Hall of Famer. And immediately he takes the first jump shot, and he buries it. Cleveland's going to look inside to Wesley. He's their main man. His shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Trapp, and it will be two shots for Walt Wesley. Wesley only a 69% free throw shooter on the regular season, but he hits the first. And Wesley cannot get the second one to go. Hayes with his first rebound of the game, and the Rockets come back. We are tied at 2. Hayes is the open man on the low block for San Diego. He gets the ball inside, defended by Wesley. Hayes on the fadeaway. It's good. And the Rockets take their first lead of the basketball game. John Johnson will come back. Foul line extended for Cleveland. His shot is up and good. San Diego's going to come back with Calvin Murphy. And he shoots the air ball. Oh my goodness. Out of bounds to the Cavaliers. And the Cleveland fans are letting Murphy know about that poor effort. Back come the Cavaliers. Warren running the point. As the Cavaliers work the ball around looking for an opportunity. And it's Warren who's going to take the shot from the perimeter. Shot no good. Rebound Wesley. But there is a loose ball foul on the play against Bingo Smith. And it will be Hayes to the line for one shot for Houston. And we have Dave Gardner in the chat room. Welcome, Dave. Hope all is well on this wonderful cold, frosty Friday night. As Hayes comes back with the free throw, and he buries it. And back come the Cavaliers. Cavaliers are going to look inside to Dave Sorensen on the low block. He gets the lob from Smith, and he puts it up and good. 6-5 Cavaliers. Both teams off to a good start from the field here in the opening 2 minutes of the first quarter. San Diego is going to try Lance on the perimeter. Lance stops and pops and drains it. Coming back, Cleveland is going to work it to their big man Wesley on the low post. Short jumper up and no good, and Don Adams pulls it away for San Diego as the Rockets come back on offense. San Diego Rockets, never heard of them, says Dave Gardner, and that's a fair cop. The San Diego Rockets started in San Diego and eventually moved up to Houston, where they are now the Houston Rockets. San Diego is going to look to Hayes on the low block. Hayes inside, pump fakes, lays it up. Oh, and it's blocked away by Wesley. Rebounded by Dave Sorensen. Fine defense by the Cavaliers. They're going to look inside once again to Dave Sorensen. Sorensen in the low post, lays it up, no good. Tipped by Wesley, no good. Elvin Hayes finally comes out for it for San Diego. Hayes is going to keep possession out to Murphy. Back down to Hayes with a fadeaway, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Both teams cooling off now as the score remains 7-6 in favor of Houston. Cleveland's going to look down to Wesley once again on the low block. Posting up, lays it up and good. 3 points for Wesley tonight, coming off a 38-point performance against Portland in Cleveland's last game, which was indeed their first victory of the season. And Bob's Tabletop Sports is here. Hello, Bob. How are you? Good to see you in the chat room tonight. Stu Lance outside for San Diego, working the pick and roll with Adams. Lance goes to the glass. He's knocked down, and Bingo Smith got him with the body. That is 2 fouls on Bingo Smith and 2 on the Rockets. 2 on the Cavaliers. That's going to be a big loss for Cleveland here in the opening 3 minutes of play. Lance makes the first free throw. And it will be Bobby Lewis coming in to replace Bingo Smith at the shooting guard for Cleveland. Smith, in early foul trouble, heads to the bench as Lance tees up the second free throw, and he drops it in. Back the other way now with Cleveland. Working the ball around, running the offense, looking for a shot. They've got it inside now to Wesley. Working against Elvin Hayes, lays it up around the rim, no good. Don Adams with his second rebound for San Diego. Murphy out on the point, works the pick and roll, drives the lane. Shot no good. Murphy gets his own rebound and passes it back out. And it will be another 24 seconds for the Rockets to find a shot. Working the perimeter, they've got it to Adams down on the low block. He's got a mismatch against the smaller Bobby Lewis. Short jumper, no good. Walt Wesley rebounds for Cleveland. Cavaliers coming back. They find Joe Johnson on the wing. Jump shot, no good. Offensive rebound for Sorensen. Here's the putback. Turnaround jumper, nothing but net, and he is fouled on the play by Trapp. That will be 2 fouls on Trapp. And in comes the Michigander Rudy Tomjanovich for the Rockets. Dave Sorensen, the Buckeye, already with 4 points on the game, looking to score his 5th point here from the free throw line, and it's good. 5 points now for Buckeye Sorensen to lead all scorers as San Diego comes back on offense. Elvin Hayes under the net. Puts it up, no good. Tomjanovich on the offensive boards. Can he score the putback? He unloads, around and out. Hayes pulls it down. Another shot for San Diego. Nothing but net for Hayes. So the Rockets got 3 cracks at it that time, and finally they convert. Cleveland coming back, works the offense. They're going to look inside to Walt Wesley. They can't find Wesley. Sorensen forces up the shot. It won't fall, but he is hammered on the play by Don Adams. And back to the free throw line goes Dave Sorensen. Sorensen keeping the Cavaliers in the game here in the first quarter. 8:10 to play as Sorensen hits the first shot. The second shot is also good, and the Cavaliers lead by 2. The fans here at Cleveland Arena appreciate the first quarter efforts of the Cleveland Cavaliers, coached by Bill Fitch. And the Rockets come back with Murphy. He stops and pops, no good. Hayes comes out with the offensive board, already his 4th of the game for San Diego. He can't get the putback to fall, and he is fouled by John Johnson on the play, and it will be Elvin Hayes headed to the free throw line for San Diego. Hayes converts on the first. Second free throw is up. It's good, and once again we're tied. Cleveland coming back on offense. Moving from left to right on your computer screen. They look around. The only opening is for Johnny Warren, working against the stellar defender Calvin Murphy, and he can't get the shot to go. Out of bounds to San Diego. Nice defense by Calvin Murphy on that play. And Murphy's going to come back from the offensive end. He shoots the 15-footer. It won't go. And it's Johnny Warren with the rebound for Cleveland. Cleveland's going to look to their all-star, John Johnson, moving to the baseline, jump shot, nothing but net. Fine shot for John Johnson, who is now a rookie for the Cavaliers, out of the University of Iowa, native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Actually made the all-star team in 71 and 72 for the Cavaliers. San Diego coming back. They find Elvin Hayes. He bobbled. He got it back, but he traveled. Turnover for Elvin Hayes. First turnover of the game for either team as Cleveland comes back leading by 2. Not much available on the first pass. They're going to keep working the ball around, and it's Warren who takes the deep jump shot. He can't get it to fall. Elvin Hayes comes out with it again. Hayes has Sorensen posted up low. Layup off the glass, no good. Rudy Tomjanovich with the rebound. Another putback, no good. Don Adams with the board for San Diego. He's going to try a putback. It falls out. Tomjanovich again. As San Diego is dominating the glass, and finally Tomjanovich on the 4th try gets it to go. So you can't say much about the field goal percentage for San Diego, but they are pounding the offensive glass. Already a 12-5 rebounding advantage for San Diego, as once again we are tied, and the Cavaliers are back on offense. Walt Wesley, good look inside, can't get it to go. Elvin Hayes comes out with it for San Diego. And they're going to look for Stu Lantz on the wing. He fakes, he drives, he shoots, he scores. 6 points now for Stu Lantz, off to a very good start for San Diego. John Johnson fakes and drives from the perimeter, lays it up off the glass, and good. Once again, we're tied. Teams are trading baskets here the first 6 minutes, and already 17 all. High scoring matchup here between the Rockets and the Cavaliers. As San Diego comes back, Murphy calls his own number. Dishes it to Lantz outside. Back to Murphy. Tough shot, no good. Don Adams with the rebound as the dominance continues for San Diego. But Adams can't get the putback to go. And finally, Warren comes out with it for Cleveland. Cleveland will run. They've got the numbers. They've got Warren leading the break. Warren to Sorensen. Sorensen to Lewis. Lewis drives and gets it to go. First basket of the game for Bobby Lewis, and the Cavaliers are back on top. Don Adams working down low, and Adams loses it out of bounds. Nothing happening for the Rockets on that possession. And Cleveland comes back with a chance to extend the lead. They're going to look to Wesley in the paint. Turnaround jumper, no good. Wesley gets the rebound, loses it to Hayes, and now San Diego will run. They've got Calvin Murphy on the break. Murphy to Lance, whistle and a foul on the play. Foul is on Wesley. First personal against Walt Wesley, fourth team foul. It's on the floor, so it'll just be a one-shot foul for Stu Lance. And Lance knocks it down. 7 points now for Stu Lance. 4 different players with 7 points so far on the contest. Cleveland's going to keep pounding the post to Walt Wesley. Again, he can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound. And he's going to pass it back out on top to reset the offense. Wesley's going to repost, and they're going to work it down to him once again, working against Elvin Hayes. Tough matchup. 6 straight misses for Wesley, as Don Adams got the block shot that time. Loose ball foul on the play on Johnny Warren, and it will be Rudy Tomjanovich going to the line for one shot for Houston, for San Diego, with a chance to tie the game. Rudy T, surprisingly low, 65% free throw shooter, but he gets it to go, and with 5:01 to play in the first quarter, we are tied once again. Cleveland looking for a shot. They've got Warren out on top. He's going to put the ball on the floor against Stu Lance. Warren stops and pops. He's hit, but no foul is called. Shot missed, and Hayes comes out with yet another rebound. San Diego coming back. It's Calvin Murphy. And Murphy gets his pocket picked by Lewis. What a play by Bobby Lewis, as Cleveland brings it back the other way. They've got their big power forward Rackley in the game now. Looking for a shot. Wesley posts up against Hayes. Shot no good. Hayes with the good defense, and Don Adams with another rebound. A 17-8 rebound advantage for San Diego here in the first quarter, and that is monstrous. San Diego's going to look to Hayes in the low post. He's got a good look, but he can't get the shot to fall. He gets his own rebound, puts it back again, nothing but net. 9 points now, and 9 rebounds already for Elvin Hayes early in the game, as he shows us why he is leading the NBA in scoring and rebounding. Hello, Al Red Sox fan. How's it going, bud? Good to see you in the chat room here. Hope you're staying warm in Boston and not getting ice storms or blizzards or tornadoes this fine Friday evening. As the Rockets are back out on top by 2. Neither team is led by more than 2 points in this first quarter. Cleveland's going to try and tie the game with the big man Rackley working against Don Adams on the low post. Rackley turns and shoots. He gets it to go, and he's fouled by Adams. Very nice play by the 6'10 Luther Rackley, second-year man out of Xavier. And that is 2 fouls on Don Adams, and Don Adams is forced to go to the bench for San Diego, as Rackley heads to the line with a chance to put Cleveland back on top. Rackley cannot get the free throw to go. He will get a second shot as the Cavaliers are in the bonus, and the second shot is good. 3 points for Rackley. Cavaliers back on top with 4 minutes to play in the first. Stu Lance is the open man. He drives, he shoots, he scores. Fine play by Stu Lance, as he now has 9 points for San Diego, and once again the Rockets are out on top. Johnny Warren coming back for Cleveland. Looking to attack, pick and roll with John Johnson. Warren drives, Warren lays it up. It's blocked away by Elvin Hayes. And Hayes comes out with his 10th rebound of the game for San Diego. 10 rebounds in the first quarter. We are seeing a spectacular, dominant performance on the boards by Elvin Hayes. If only his team could get the ball in the basket, they would be killing the Cavaliers at this point. John Block in the game at power forward for San Diego. He fakes, he walks, but he lays it up and good. And the Rockets have a 3-point lead now, their biggest lead of the game. The referees in the stands here in Cleveland not happy about that no call on the traveling. But their opinion means nothing, and the Rockets take the lead. Cleveland's going to work it inside to Wesley. Finally, he gets one to go. 5 points for Walt Wesley now. And the lead is 1 for San Diego. Johnny Egan now in the game running the point for San Diego as Calvin Murphy takes a rest. Egan's going to put it up from the perimeter, no good. And Luther Rackley with the rebound for Cleveland. Cleveland's going to look for an opening as they work the ball around the perimeter. They have Rackley on the block working against John Block. Rackley turns and fires. Layup no good. Battle for the rebound. And once again, Elvin Hayes. Who else comes out with that rebound? They've got Lance once again on the perimeter. Working the give and go with Egan. Lance on the wing, no good. Rebounded by Block. Block with the putback. No good, but he is fouled on the play by Luther Rackley. And Rackley does not like the call. My goodness, Cleveland coach Bill Fitch is giving it to the referees now, as Block is going to go to the free throw line. John Block, fifth-year man out of Southern California, is going to have 3 to make 2. And Block cannot get the first one to go. The second shot is up and good. And changes for Cleveland as Bobby Washington enters the game at the point guard along with Joe Cook. Dave Sorensen returns to the game, and Luther Rackley will slide down to the center spot. Block now with the bonus shot. And he hits it. Once again, the Rockets take the 3-point lead. 2:21 to play here in the first quarter. The open man is Cook, working the baseline. He drives. He's cut off by Hayes. Shot no good. Rudy Tomjanovich comes out with the ball for San Diego. And the Rockets come back on offense. Stu Lance is the hot hand. He drives. He lays it up, and he gets it to go. 11 points now. Double figures in the first quarter for Stu Lance for San Diego. And the Rockets have their biggest lead of the game at 5. Luther Rackley has an opening down on the post, but Cleveland cannot find him, and Washington loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover for Cleveland. Only 5 turnovers combined by both teams here in the first quarter, so they're taking care of the basketball. They just can't get it in the hoop. Into the game for the first time is Len Chappell for Cleveland, as San Diego once again works the offense. And it's going to be Egan driving to the basket, but he loses it out of bounds to Cleveland. Cleveland comes back, and they've got Bobby Washington with the big man block on him. Outside, he shoots a jump shot, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Bernie Williams. Not to be confused with the Yankee center fielder. This is Bernie Williams, a 6'3" shooting guard from LaSalle University in his second year for San Diego. Washington hits the first free throw. And he puts up the second shot. No good. It rolls around and drops. 2 points now for Washington, and the Cavaliers are back within 3. They're going to try Bernie Williams. On the perimeter, he bobbled it. He attacks the rim, but he traveled. Turnover for San Diego. Cleveland comes back on offense, and they are going to look down to, gosh, they've got lots of options. Their best option looks like Chappell. Short jumper in and out on the mismatch. Tipped up, no good. Hayes again on the rebound, and it's a fast break opportunity for San Diego. They've got Bernie Williams running the break. Williams ahead to Trapp. Trapp lays it up and good. Once again, the Rockets are ahead by 5 as we enter the final minute of the first quarter. Joe Cook, 15-footer for Cleveland. It's good. 40 seconds to play now as Houston brings the ball back. They're in no hurry to get the shot off. They want to get a good shot. They find Elvin Hayes on the low block in a mismatch against Bobby Lewis. He backs in. He shuffles his feet. He's called for the travel. And Cleveland has the ball now with 28 seconds to play. Bingo Smith returning to the game, in spite of the fact that he has 2 fouls. Bobby Lewis hit his fatigue point, and they're forced to bring Bingo back into the game. They're going to go to Bingo on the outside. He's got a mismatch against Elvin Hayes. He tries to get it down to Washington. Bad pass. Bernie Williams comes away with it for San Diego. Once again, the Rockets will run. Williams' pull-up jumper is no good. And it's Bingo Smith with the rebound. 14 seconds to play as Cleveland runs it back the other way. A frenetic last minute of the game as Hayes takes the ball away for the Rockets, and they will get the final shot of the quarter. A brief stoppage in play. It looks like Bernie Williams rolled an ankle as he limps over to the sideline. He'll get taped up and probably be back later in the game as Stu Lantz returns. And let's see what San Diego has in mind for the final 10 seconds of play here in the first quarter. Trap inbounds. Egan's to Lantz. Lantz to block inside. Blocked away by Luther Rackley. Trap with his own rebound. Can he get it to go? Short jumper blocked again by Rackley. Rebounded by Chappell. And that will probably be the end of the quarter. They won't get the shot off at the other end. 2 blocks in that final sequence by Luther Rackley. Get that shot out of here, says Big Luther, as we head to the bench at the end of the first quarter. Let's duck into the chat room. Rob is here. That's Rob with an exclamation point. Rob, the most exciting man in the chat room. Big fan of NASCAR, big fan of professional wrestling, and a man after my own heart in that respect. How you doing, Rob? D. Scott Howard, welcome aboard. Good to see you, sir. And we have an exciting contest here in Cleveland Arena as the Rockets lead 31-28. And Elvin Hayes has been dominating this game on the glass for San Diego. 12 rebounds already in the first quarter, but only 3 of 9 from the field. And 9 points. Stu Lantz leads all scorers with 11 points. And for Cleveland, John Johnson, the All-Star, and Dave Sorensen, the Buckeye, have 7 points apiece. As we head back to action. The referee tosses it up, and Hayes wins the jump ball for San Diego. The Rockets will take to the offense with Trapp working inside against Joe Cook. Trapp inside, fakes, puts it up and good. Very nice shot by John Trapp for San Diego. 17 points in his last game against San Francisco. Give the assist to John Block on the play. And the Rockets are once again out ahead by 5. What are they going to do? They're going to look to Cook. Cook has Hayes out on the perimeter. They get it into Rackley, and Rackley gets blocked by Hayes from behind. Chappell with the offensive rebound. Short jump shot, no good. Egan comes away with it for San Diego, and San Diego will run. Lance running with Hayes and block. Outlet pass to Trapp, stolen by Washington. Has Cleveland good transition effective defense on that play. And they're going to try Joe Cook once again. Guarded by Block. Touch pass to Washington, no good. Tipped up by Chappell, and he gets the rebound. Chappell short jumper rolls out. Smith grabs the rebound, and he passes it back out, and Cleveland will reset. Cleveland finally doing some work on the boards, but they could not get the follow-up shots to go. Chappell on the perimeter. Finally, he gets the jump shot to go, and Cleveland is back within 3. Lance, the hot hand for San Diego. Jump shot, no good. Luther Rackley on the rebound for Cleveland. Cleveland coming back, and they're going to work some offense. They've got Chappell inside, working against Block, who's a capable defender, but Chappell lays it up and good. Fine performance here in the early going for Len Chappell as he gives Walt Wesley a break, but he is doing a fine job getting some work done and getting the Cavaliers back to within 1. They're going to look again to Elvin Hayes. Fadeaway no good. Foul on the play is called on Rackley, his second. And Hayes will go to the line for 2 free throws. Hayes, a 67% free throw shooter. In 1970-71, he gets the first point to go. And that's now 10 points to Hayes to go along with 12 rebounds. Hayes hits the second, and the Rockets are back up by 3. Back the other way comes Cleveland. Looking for a shot. They've got Bobby Washington now on the outside. He's going to put the ball on the floor and attack. He drives. Oh, and he's called for the charge. Offensive foul on Bobby Washington. And San Diego gets the ball back. Hayes inside down low. Loses it out of bounds. Turnover by San Diego. And the Cavaliers will come back the other way. Not too many good options on the offensive end for Cleveland. So they're going to be patient. 16 on the shot clock. Washington has the ball against Johnny Egan. He's going to drive again. This time he passes to Rackley. Rackley loses the ball to Trapp, and here comes San Diego. Hayes in the lane. Bounce pass to Block, and it's stolen by Bobby Washington. And here come the Cavaliers on the fast break. They've got the numbers 4 on 3. Washington slashes the goal, hits the rim, no good. Rebounded by Rackley, and Rackley is fouled on the play by Stu Lance. And on the non-shooting foul, it will be 1 shot for Luther Rackley as he tries to bring the Cavaliers within 2. Rackley releases a free throw, and it's good. 35-33 in favor of San Diego, 9:33 to play here in the second quarter. They work it to Hayes in the low post. He goes for the short jumper, no good, but Joe Cook is called for the foul on the help side defense, and Hayes will go to the line. Hayes' first shot is no good. First miss of the game. Second shot is up and good. 12 points for Elvin Hayes now leads all scorers to go along with the 12 rebounds. Cleveland comes back, trailing by 3. Very good defensive squad for for San Diego, as they are having a tough time finding a good matchup for a shot. Washington works the pick and roll with Cook. Cook collides with block, no call. Washington lays it up, no good. Cook on the offensive rebound, and he's going to bring it back out. And Cleveland's going to try it again. It's going to be Washington again working against Johnny Egan. Egan, a good defender, cuts off the drive. Shot by Washington, no good. Loose ball foul on the play. Another foul on Cook, and that is his second. And Elvin Hayes goes back to the line for another one-shot free throw. 67% free throw shooter. And Hayes knocks it down. 4-point lead for San Diego. Just under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Walt Wesley's back into the game for Cleveland, so they're going to look down to him on the low block, see if they can't get the offense going. Wesley gets it back. He shoots, and oh, it's knocked away by Hayes. Get that weak stuff out of here, says the Big E. Block on the rebound, and here come the running Rockets. Fast break opportunity, 3-on-2. Lance to Egan. Egan no good. Rebound, Bingo Smith. Smith with the rebound, and Cleveland will run it back the other way. Outlet to Smith. Smith drives to the bucket, lays it up, no good. And Trapp comes away with it for San Diego. Neither team running the fast break effectively. Here's Elvin Hayes on the block. On the alley-oop from Lance. He puts it up and good. A 6-point lead now for San Diego. Nice pass by Stu Lance to set that up for San Diego. John Johnson, the All-Star, posts up against Trapp and drains it for Cleveland as they try to keep it close. San Diego is going to work it to Hayes. Hayes on the low block working against Walt Wesley. He fakes, he shoots, no good, but Wesley got him on the shot, and it will be Hayes back to the free throw line. Shooting 2 for San Diego. The first shot is up and good. Hayes hits the second. 17 points on the game now for Elvin Hayes, the league's leading scorer. Cleveland trailing by 6. Looking around for a shot opportunity. Sorensen's on the low block, but he's being smothered by Elvin Hayes, so he kicks it back out. It's going to be Jimmy Warren up top. What's Warren going to do? Jump shot? He hits it. Nice shot by Johnny Warren off of the pass from Sorensen. Stu Lance is going to try and get it going once again for San Diego. He drives to the hole. He's cut off by Sorensen. He passes it to Egan, gets it back, shoots, and scores. Nice two-man game there by Lance and Egan, working together nicely as the Rockets go back up by 6. Wesley now has Johnny Egan trapped on the low post, and he puts it in easily over the smaller point guard. Let's see what Lance can do back here on the offensive end. Another jump shot from deep, and another basket for Stu Lance. 15 now for Lance as the Rockets are back up by 6. John Johnson has a mismatch against Block on the perimeter. He tries to get to the hole, but he's tripped up by Egan. And it will be John Johnson to the line, shooting 2 for the Cavaliers. Johnson hits the first. Calvin Murphy back into the game, along with Don Adams and Rudy Tomjanovich for San Diego. Second shot for Johnson is off the rim, no good. And it's Don Adams with his 6th rebound of the game for San Diego. Calvin Murphy is at the helm. He passes to Tomjanovich. Back to Murphy. Shot no good. Johnny Warren with the rebound for Cleveland. Cleveland's going to work it inside to Johnson. Short jump shot no good. Trapp on the rebound for San Diego. And back come the Rockets. They've got lots of good options. And once again, they've got Lance. He's been hot tonight. His short jumper won't go this time. Don Adams with the rebound and the putback. The putback no good, and Sorensen comes out of there with it for Cleveland. Sorensen's going to work down low. Oh, and he's committed the offensive foul. Sorensen cleared that left elbow, trying to create some space against Don Adams, and the referee was going to have none of it. Bernie Williams back into the game in center field. See what I did there? Back in shooting guard for San Diego. And Elvin Hayes, after a quick blow, is back into the game for the Rockets as well. Joe Trapp inside. Posting up Johnson. Short jumper, no good. Bingo Smith boxes out for the rebound for Cleveland, and the Cavaliers will run. Outlet pass to Johnson. Johnson to Smith. Lays it up and good. First basket of the game for Bingo Smith, and the Cavaliers are back within 3. Let's see what Bernie Williams can do with that basketball. Jump shot no good. Sorensen rebounds. And once again, the Cavaliers have the numbers. Here comes Joe Johnson leading the break to Sorensen. Sorensen lays it up and good. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game. Calvin Murphy on the attack for San Diego. Jump shot no good. Tipped in by Adams. Very nice offensive board work for Don Adams. Would you believe it? Warren outside. Drives. He's cut off by Hayes. Shot no good. Rebound Trapp for San Diego. Williams again. He got the last one to go. We've got a whistle. And it's the second quarter, so we must be starting to see some injuries. We've seen this before. I don't know what it is about the second quarter in this game, but that seems to be when a lot of guys get shaken up. And on this occasion, it's Walt Wesley who's leaving the court, but should be back later in the game as Luther Rackley comes in for Wesley. Rackley did some good things in the first quarter, and he's back in action now in the second. As the Rockets inbound, Murphy passes to Hayes. Hayes gets the ball to Bernie Williams. Back to Murphy for the jump shot, and it's good. 4 points for Calvin Murphy, and the Rockets once again lead by 5. Sorensen inbounds for Cleveland. He's got a mismatch against Tomjanovich, and he gets the baseline jump shot to go. Sorensen joins Joe Johnson in double figures for Cleveland as the Cavaliers keep it close. Elvin Hayes wants the ball against Rackley. Fadeaway shot no good, and Rackley comes away with the rebound. Once again, that defense by Rackley is good. Cavaliers are going to run once again. Johnson to Smith. Lays it up and good. 4:43 to play, and the Cavaliers are back to within 1. Bernie Williams working the front court for San Diego. Jump shot no good. Warren with the rebound, and he's fouled by John Johnson. Actually, Hayes draws the foul on the play, and he will go to the free throw line for one shot. Looking for his 18th point of the game, and he hits it. 2-point lead for Rockets, but the Cavaliers have the ball and a chance to tie with 4.5 minutes to play. John Johnson working the baseline. Can't get the shot to go, but it's Bingo Smith with the rebound. And Smith will pass it back out. Cleveland will set up again with a full shot clock. They've got Sorensen available on the low post. Short jump shot, no good. John Johnson off the offensive glass. And once again, Cleveland resets. This time Johnny Warren is the open man. He works it to the baseline. He stops, he pops from 15, and he gets it to go. And we are tied with 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Bernie Williams on the perimeter. He is an offensive force. He drives to the hoop. He runs into Warren. Layup no good, but Warren is called for the foul. And the Rockets are now in the bonus. So it will be Bernie Williams with 3 to make 2 for San Diego. 84% free throw shooter on the game. And he connects on the first. Substitutions for Cleveland as Williams steps in for the second free throw, and this one he misses. And with the 3 to make 2, he'll get the bonus. Third shot is good. 2 points for Bernie Williams, 2-point lead for Houston, for San Diego coming back the other way. Okay, we're going to play a drinking game in the chat room. Every time I goof up and say Houston, All y'all in the chat room have to drink. What's Cleveland got going on the sidelines on the offensive side here? They've got John Johnson working against Tomjanovich. Johnson, the quicker of the two, he floats into the basket. Oh, but Murphy steps in and steals it for San Diego. Here come the Rockets. Murphy to Adams, Adams to Williams, and Johnny Warren steals it back for Cleveland. I don't think either team has done well on the fast breaks. They get Johnson on the perimeter, defended by Tomjanovich, and Rudy T blocks it away. Hayes rebounds for San Diego. And once again, the Rockets are streaking down the court. They get it to Williams. Williams drives. He shoots. He scores. And the Rockets are back out on top by 4. 3:15 to play. Sorensen's going to step outside. Jump shot over Elvin Hayes is good. Sorensen showing a little range, taking the big man away from the basket. Hayes isn't very happy about that. He wants the ball on the post. Guarded by Sorensen, and Sorensen gets a piece of the fadeaway. Bobby Lewis on the rebound for Cleveland, and the Cavaliers have a 2-on-1 the other way. Cleveland is off to the races. Johnson, pull-up jumper no good. Rebound on the play by Bernie Williams. And another fast break opportunity comes up empty for Cleveland. San Diego, not much happening on the offense. They've got Don Adams with it on the low post now, but he's got the long arms of Len Chappell in his face. And with 16 seconds, the Rockets are going to continue to work the ball. They find Hayes inside. Hayes pump fakes, and he gets his shot to go, all net, and he's hit on the arm by Chappell. This will be free throw number 12 for Elvin Hayes on the game. He's 10 of 11 so far. And he connects on number 12. 21 points, 13 rebounds for Elvin Hayes here in the first half for San Diego. He is a man among men in this first half. John Johnson working against Tomjanovich. Drives to the hole. He can't get the shot to go, but Tomjanovich bumps him. And it will be Rudy T called for the foul. And John Johnson to the free throw line. 80% shooter. First free throw is good. Stu Lance back in the game for San Diego. Johnson gets the second shot to go. And once again, we have a 3-point lead, 3-point game. These teams have been within 6 points the entire first half. Rudy Tomjanovich posting up low against the smaller point guard, and he gets the shot to go. 5 points for Rudy T. John Johnson again has a favorable matchup on the perimeter, but he can't get the shot to go. Hayes rebounds for San Diego. And the Rockets are going to look to Hayes in the low post. He turns and shoots the fadeaway, and he hits it. 23 for Hayes, and the Rockets have their biggest lead of the game with 7. With just over 90 seconds remaining in the period. Cleveland looking for a shot opportunity. Warren outside from 15 feet, no good. He's missed 5 in a row. Rudy T on the rebound. And San Diego has numbers coming back the other way. Adams pulls up. He banks it in. And the Rockets have stretched the lead to 9. Nice fundamental basketball play off the glass by Don Adams for his 4th point of the game. Johnson working against Rudy T. Lays it up, and Hayes gets a piece of it. Rudy T on the rebound. Here comes Hayes and Lance on the fast break. Lance lays it up and good. And just like that, the Rockets have extended to a double-digit lead. As we head to the final minute of play in the first half. Johnny Warren working for San Diego against Murphy. Warren steps around Murphy, drives to the basket, and he gets it to fall, putting an end to the Rockets' run and cutting the lead back to single digits for Cleveland. Murphy, 43 seconds to play, brings it into the front court. Murphy drives. He's fouled by Johnson. That is 3 on Johnson, and it'll be a 2-shot foul for Calvin Murphy. Murphy, one of the great free throwers in NBA history, but he can't get the first to go. Second shot for Murphy. Also no good, but Hayes pulls it out of there on the offensive glass. He's going to go to the putback, and it's deflected away by Wesley. Loose ball. Cook comes away with it for Cleveland. And Cleveland has another opportunity for cutting into the lead. Wesley gets the ball inside. One-hand runner, no good. Washington on the offensive glass for Cleveland, and the Cavaliers will play for the final shot of the half. Wesley under the hoop. Lays it up at the buzzer. Circles the rim, falls off. And at the end of the first half, it is San Diego 65 and Cleveland 56. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here tonight. Let's see what's been happening in the chat room. D. Scott Howard. Rob is sick. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Rob. D. Scott Howard really enjoying the time travel tennis demo. Great game. Yeah, I did see Al play that once, and I might look that up sometime. D. Scott Howard. John Johnson frequented the bar across the street from where I worked in the 1990s. Interesting character. Fairly quiet guy. Did seem to attract the ladies, though. Usually just having a drink at the bar of this particular place. Small neighborhood Italian place. As Dave Garner picks up on the fact that JJ picked the wrong week to quit drinking. Great movie. All right, let's hope Rob gets feeling better. Best wishes there, buddy. If we're caught up on the chat room, let's take a look at the box score here at the half, with Cleveland now trailing by 9 points. Largely behind the efforts of Elvin Hayes. 23 points, 15 boards, 11 for 12 free throws. Hayes is just dominating this game the way he has dominated this NBA season for the Rockets. Cleveland with 2 players in double digits, Sorensen and JJ. Neither team shooting particularly well from the field, but that 40 to 28 rebound advantage for San Diego is the big difference in this game, along with those 24 trips to the free throw line. San Diego clear the aggressors in this contest. All right, let's get the third quarter going. As the lineups are back on the floor, Wesley controls the jump this time for the Cavaliers, and Cleveland will set up the offense. Sorensen working outside against the slower Don Adams. He can't get the baseline jumper to go, but Johnny Warren sneaks the ball out of there in traffic and passes it back out for Cleveland. It will be Joe Johnson again, working on the wing, trying to find Wesley inside, but he throws it away, and it's San Diego ball. San Diego with the lead and the ball, up by 9. And once again, it will be Elvin Hayes working the pick and roll for the Rockets. Lays it up, no good, but it's tipped and cleared away by Lance for San Diego. He sends it back out. And it says here Lance had 14 rebounds in the last game, which is very solid for a shooting guard and very solid for this San Diego franchise. Lance has Sorensen out on the wing looking uncomfortable. So Lance steps around Sorensen easily and drops it in for his 19th point. And the lead once again is double digits. Wesley on the low post. And it's stolen away by Calvin Murphy. Good help side defense for San Diego, and here come the Rockets on the break. Lance on the dribble, fouled by Sorensen, and it will be one shot for Stu Lance. Lance can't get it to go, and Sorensen with the rebound for Cleveland. Warren's going to work the perimeter against Calvin Murphy. Jump shot, he drains it. 8 points now for Johnny Warren. Murphy doesn't like that. He's going to try and get his revenge on the offensive end. He steps around and lays it up and good. Walt Wesley available on the block. He steps around Hayes, fakes, he shoots, he scores. Once again, both teams starting off with good shooting here in the second half. Hayes gets inside against Johnson. He pump fakes. Oh, and it's blocked away by Johnson. Trapp pulls it off the offensive glass. He pump fakes, shoots, and it's blocked away by Sorensen. Hayes comes back with it for San Diego. 13 on the shot clock. Hayes lays it up, and it wiggles out. Murphy with the rebound, and he passes it back out as the Rockets set up once again. That's already 4 offensive boards on that trip, and they still have a chance to score. It's going to be Lance. He drives no good. Finally, Warren with the rebound for Cleveland. Warren with the outlet to Johnson. Back to Warren, and they will run. Cleveland with numbers. Johnson drives to the hole, lays it up and good. 14 for Joe Johnson as San Diego sets up on the other end. Hayes, fadeaway, no good. And Murphy with yet another offensive board for the Rockets. They're going to look down to Hayes once again. Hayes inside, fadeaway over Wesley, and it's good. 25 now for Elvin Hayes. And back come the Cavaliers. Bingo Smith can't do much against the defensive Lance. They get it over to Johnny Warren, and it's stolen away by Lance. Fine defense by the shooting guard for the Rockets. And Murphy's going to call his own number for the Rockets. He steps to the arc, he shoots, he scores. And he draws the foul on Bingo Smith. The Rockets are looking strong here, building some momentum. Once again, they have an 11-point lead, and Murphy has a chance to make it 12. I won't jinx him this time by telling the world what a good free throw shooter he is. And sure enough, he comes through with the free throw. That is his 9th point of the game, and the Rockets have their biggest lead, 74-62. 9.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Wesley working on the low post. Can't get it over Hayes, and Hayes with another rebound. And once again, the Rockets will run. Lance on the dribble. Lance is fouled once again by Joe Johnson, and that is his 4th. The Rockets have picked up the pace here in the third quarter. They've stretched the lead, and now they've got Cleveland's all-star John Johnson in foul trouble. Johnson goes to the bench, replaced by Cook with those 4 fouls. And Lance converts on the free throw. He's got 20 points. Rockets have their biggest lead at 13. What's Cleveland going to do? Joe Cook wants it on the perimeter. Trapp closes in on him. Cook shot no good. Sorensen comes out with the offensive board for Cleveland. He goes for the putback, and he's bumped by Murphy. First foul on Calvin Murphy. Sorensen will shoot 2 for the Cavaliers. 70% shooter on the season, and the first one is good. Sorensen hits the second. That's 15 for Sorensen now to lead the Cavaliers. Lance is going to work against Bingo Smith. Jump shot is good. 22 now for Stu Lance as the Rockets keep pressing the advantage. Warren from the top of the key. 15-footer no good. Murphy on the rebound. And the Rockets have another fast break opportunity. Hayes drives, lays it up and good. Nice finish by Elvin Hayes. As the deficit gets steeper for Cleveland. midway through the third quarter. And another turnover for the Cavaliers back on the offensive side. Actually, that was tipped away by Johnny Warren, and Cleveland will retain possession. Referees got together and made the right call. Sorensen inbounding for Cleveland to Cook. Cook outside, drives to the hoop, lays it up no good. Lance comes out with a rebound for Houston, and once again it's a 3-on-1 advantage for San Diego on the break. Trapp and Adams playing give and go, and it's Adams who finishes. 6 points now for Don Adams. The lead is 17, and this one is looking like it may turn into a blowout. Dave Sorensen wants to do something about it. He drives, he whistles, he walks. Sorensen pressing a bit now as the deficit grows for Cleveland. And San Diego once again has the ball and the big lead. Murphy on the perimeter. Drives off the side of the rim, no good. Trapp on the rebound. His putback attempt is good. And Dave Gardner's headed to bed. Hockey in the morning. Hope to do some streaming Saturday night. Dave, we'll be looking for you tomorrow night. Good night, my man. Rob as well. Hope you get to feeling better. And D. Scott Howard still hanging out with us. Our Red Sox fans still in the chat. Hope you all are enjoying tonight's contest as the Rockets now have a 19-point lead after the putback by Trapp. And it's getting desperate here in the land of the Cadavaliers, as we used to call them when they were so sorry. Johnny Warren works against Calvin Murphy. Jump shot won't go. Hayes with another rebound for San Diego. And the dominance continues. Hayes has a mismatch. Oh, and a technical foul has been called on Sorensen. And he had that one coming. Dave Sorensen finally let the frustration get the best of him. He has played his heart out tonight. He got called for the walk on the last possession. And he let the referee have a piece of his mind. And it's going to be Calvin Murphy who shoots the technical. Murphy 89% on this replay season. And he gets the free throw to go for his 10th point of the night. And the Rockets now have a 20-point lead and the ball. They're on a 9-0 run as Trapp will inbound. And he's going to give it to Lance on the perimeter. Jump shot no good. Bingo Smith on the rebound for Cleveland. They work it to Cook on the perimeter. Cook drives. He runs into Trapp. Layup no good, but Trapp got him on the arm. And Cook gets to the free throw line for Cleveland. 81% free throw shooter on the regular season, but his first shot is off the back iron, no good. Cook cannot get the second one to go, and Hayes with another rebound for San Diego, and that is number 19. So the frustration continues for Cleveland as they struggle at the free throw line. Calvin Murphy drives to the cup. Layup comes up short. Bingo Smith another rebound for Cleveland. Let's see what Bingo can do on the offensive end. He's working against Lance, a solid defender. Wesley steps to the middle of the lane, and he gets hit by Murphy for the personal foul. Actually, Wesley on the layup attempt was fouled by the smaller Murphy, trying to prevent him from getting the easy bucket on the pass from Bingo Smith. Wesley connects on the first free throw. Finally getting into double digits. The Cavs' leading scorer hits the second, and he's got 11 on the game. Murphy once again calls his own number. He crosses over on Warren. Warren is knocked down, but it's going to be an offensive foul on Murphy as he lowered the shoulder and knocked Warren aside on his way to the hoop, and you're just not allowed to do that. Warren's going to work against Murphy on the other end. Jump shot from the corner is good. Elvin Hayes has Smith on his hip on the block. It's going to be Lance taking the outside jumper, and he can't get it to go, but he is fouled by Smith on the play, and that is 4 on Smith. So the foul trouble continues to mount for Cleveland as Lance connects on the first free throw. And Bingo Smith heads to the bench for Cleveland. Second shot no good, but the rebound is tipped out to Murphy. And San Diego has another chance. Murphy is driving to the lane, and he's knocked down by Chappell. And it will be Murphy headed to the line for 2 shots for San Diego as they attempt to stretch the lead. Murphy hits the first. The second won't stay down, but Hayes gets another offensive rebound for San Diego. And he puts it back up and gets it to go. Put back for Hayes, and another foul on Chappell. And Hayes, as the Rockets are in the bonus, will get 2 to make 1, as he has a chance to put up his 30th point of the game. And he connects. The lead is now 21 for San Diego as they have opened up a can of whoop-ass on Cleveland here in the third quarter. Sorensen once again wants the ball. Still red in the face from his frustration, and he can't get the corner jump shot to go. Don Adams with his 10th rebound for San Diego, and they're going to look to Hayes once again on the post. Hayes gets the ball. He fakes. He shoots, no good. Wesley with the rebound, and a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Cavaliers the other way. It's Warren and Cook. Cook goes down the lane, lays it up and good. So with just over 6 minutes to play, the Rockets continue to hold a 19-point lead. And it's Murphy on the attack once again for San Diego. Steps around Warren. Oh, Warren picked his pocket. Warren picked the pocket of Calvin Murphy. The Cavaliers go 2-on-1. Warren drives the length of the court, but he cannot get the layup to go. And Trapp comes away with the rebound for San Diego. San Diego in transition. Elvin Hayes on the paint. He dribbles off the foot of Wesley, and it's out of bounds, but San Diego will keep possession. Trapp to inbound. Block working the baseline. Attacks the rim, and he gets it off the glass and in. Weak inside defense for Cleveland, especially with Chappell out of the game. And the Rockets take advantage. Cook works the baseline. Short jump shot, no good. Knocked down by Trapp. Refs are letting him play. Murphy out with the rebound for San Diego, and Murphy on the attack. He drives. Jump shot, no good. Block with the offensive board for San Diego. Jump shot, no good. Hayes with the rebound. Hayes put back attempt. Fade away, around and out, and Trapp is called for the foul on the offensive glass. My goodness, San Diego pounding the offensive glass, could not get it to go. And it's going to be Trapp on the foul, and he'll leave the game with 4 personal fouls as Rudy Tomjanovich enters. Excuse me, fellas, the throat's getting a little dry, but thank goodness for Zevia Zero Calorie Soda. The ginger root beer is tonight's sponsor of the game, keeping the throat moist for the broadcaster as Sorensen hits the free throw for his 16th point to lead Cleveland. Hayes is the open man on the perimeter. Murphy spills it down into him, but Hayes cannot get it to go, and Wesley comes out with the rebound. And the Cavaliers have the numbers again, and Rudy Tomjanovich strips the ball away on the defensive end. Tomjanovich, no numbers, so he smartly pulls the ball back out. Tomjanovich is not a dumb guy in spite of being from Michigan. We all have our limitations in life, And Rudy T can't help coming from Michigan, but he gets it to Murphy, and Murphy puts it in. 22-point lead now for San Diego. As Cleveland looks inside to Wesley, and Wesley is going to get to the line after the reach-in foul by Elvin Hayes. 69% free throw shooter in real life, shooting 76% for the replay season as he gets the first free throw to go and gets the second to go. And a new backcourt for San Diego as Bernie Williams and Johnny Egan return to action for the Rockets. And it's going to be Egan calling his own number, brings the ball up to the perimeter, and it's an air ball. Cavaliers ball, 20-point deficit. And in spite of the 20-point deficit, the Cavaliers fans are going to entertain themselves by taunting Johnny Egan after that poor shot attempt. Cleveland coming back. They're going to look to Luther Rackley on the low block. Short jump shot swatted away by Tomjanovich. But Chappell got his own rebound and passed it back out. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Johnny Warren forces one up from the perimeter, and he gets it to go. 12 points for Johnny Warren after that desperation shot. What's San Diego going to do? They're going to look to Bernie Williams. Williams on the perimeter drives. His short jump shot is no good. Cut off by Chappell on the play. Wesley on the rebound. Luther Rackley, he of the long arms on the post for Cleveland, puts it up and good. San Diego looking back to Hayes inside, stolen away by Bob Lewis. And it's another 2-on-1 fast break opportunity for Cleveland. It's Lewis with Chappell. Chappell attacks the rim, lays it up off the glass, and good. And just like that, the Cavaliers have pulled off a 6-point run, and they are back to within 14 points. When you're a coach in this situation, you just think about get it back to single digits by the fourth quarter and then see what happens. So it's not time to panic yet for the Cavaliers. Elvin Hayes working down low. Fadeaway shot is good. 32 now for Hayes. As San Diego tries to keep their foot on the throat of the Cavaliers. Rackley coming back. He can't get the shot to go, but he's fouled by Block. Cavaliers in the bonus, so Rackley will get 3 to make 2 for the 64% free throw shooter. First shot is no good. Second shot is good. And it will be Rackley on the bonus with a chance to cut the lead again to 14 points. And he drops it in. Rockets coming back on offense. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bernie Williams is the open man on the wing. Williams drives, and the ball is stolen away by Johnny Warren. And here come the Cleveland Cavaliers. Johnny Warren working against Johnny Egan. Jump shot no good. Chappell with the offensive rebound. Can he get the putback to go? Turnaround jump shot, yes! And we are down to a 12-point game. So another run for the Cavaliers. Trying to keep it close. Bernie Williams misses the jump shot. Hayes with the offensive board. Turnaround jump shot, drains it. And that is 34 points, 22 rebounds for Elvin Hayes here in the third quarter. Johnny Warren on the attack once again for Cleveland. Passes to Lewis. Lewis back to Warren. Jump shot no good. Another offensive board for Chappell. Short jump shot no good, but he is bumped by Tomjanovich. And Chappell will return to the free throw line for the 3 to make 2 bonus. And the first shot is good. Stu Lance back into the game for San Diego. Shot number 2 for Chappell, around the iron and out. Chappell with the bonus. Off the side of the rim, and Hayes with another rebound for San Diego. Hayes on the block, under 2 minutes to play. And there's a stoppage in play as Bob Lewis is shaken up, holding that left shoulder as he heads over to the bench to get checked out. But he should be able to return in the fourth quarter. as San Diego inbounds from the side court. Rudy T is going to look to Lance on the perimeter. Top of the key jump shot, no good. Bingo Smith on the rebound for Cleveland. And the Cavaliers have a 3-on-1 back the other way. Washington leading the break. He drives, he shoots, he scores. And he draws the foul on Johnny Egan. Very nice attack by Bobby Washington. And Washington has a chance to cut the game to a 10-point deficit for Cleveland if he can hit the free throw. He's got 2 to make 1, but 1's all he needs. And once again, it is a 10-point game as the Cavaliers look to keep it exciting for the home crowd here in the Cleveland Arena. Johnny Egan coming back. Works the wing. Back and forth to Tomjanovich. Defended by Cook. Fade away from Egan, no good. Hayes gets the rebound. Fade away. He hits it. 36 now for Elvin Hayes after that putback as he continues to dominate the inside. Sorensen working down low. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Another rebound for Elvin Hayes. Hayes on the block, 1:14 to play. Posts up against Rackley, no good. Blocked away by Sorensen, and Cook comes out with it for Cleveland. What's Cleveland going to do? They're going to work the ball around the perimeter. They don't have a good shot, but they do have Washington working against Egan. Washington puts it on the floor. Stolen away by Rudy T. How about that defense by Rudy Tomjanovich? John Block down low. Camps out, working against Smith. Smith blocks his path. Block spins, and he's called for the offensive foul. Block with the hip check on the play, as he tried to draw the block against Smith, but Block couldn't draw the block, and instead Block is called for the offensive foul. See what I did there, guys? All right, 12-point deficit for Cleveland, 40 seconds to play in the third quarter, as the Cavaliers will inbound after the offensive foul. San Diego's defense is a mess. Washington has Hayes out on the perimeter. He steps around Hayes, but he barrels into Tomjanovich. Washington puts the ball up and good, and Tomjanovich is called for the foul. Fine play by Bobby Washington for Cleveland, as he took advantage of that mismatch, and he gets the hoop and the harm. Chance to cut the lead to 9 points if he can convert the free throw here with 23 seconds to play, and he gets it to go. 99-90, very high scoring game as we're in the last 30 seconds of play here in the first half. San Diego is going to try and hold for the last shot. What will the Rockets do? Hayes inside, short jumper no good. Rackley with the rebound, but there's only 1 second to play. Can Cleveland get it off? Anderson at half court? No. So at the end of the third quarter, San Diego 99 and Cleveland 90. It looked for a minute like the Rockets were going to run away with this one, but Cleveland put on their big boy boots, pulled it back into the game, and as you can see for the third quarter, both teams 34-34 as a fine offensive showing. Both teams nearly with 100 points through 3 quarters, and a lot of that coming from the free throw line. Elvin Hayes still leads the world with 36 points, 25 rebounds for San Diego, 23 for Stu Lance, and Murphy has hit double digits with 13. For Cleveland, they've got a balanced scoring attack, 4 guys in double figures, led by Sorensen with 16, as Cleveland has clawed and scratched their way back into a competitive matchup here as we enter the fourth quarter. How's it going in the chat room? Things have quieted down since Dave Garner took off. And that's going to give me the opportunity for yet another swig of Zevia 0-calorie ginger root beer. Naturally flavored, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, caffeine-free. Why am I drinking this stuff? I'm drinking it because it keeps the pipe loose, and we've got an exciting fourth quarter of play coming up here in Cleveland Arena. 2 fine coaches in this matchup. San Diego, coached by Alex Hannum, who was a Hall of Fame coach and the first coach ever to win championships in both the ABA and the NBA. Cleveland coached by Bill Fitch. Fitch was kind of a cleanup coach. He would come into dysfunctional systems and try and get teams turned around. He was named one of the top 10 NBA coaches in history, but has not yet made the Hall of Fame. Actually has a losing record overall because of all the rebuilding work that he had to do. But Fitch, interestingly, was a Marine drill instructor before getting into coaching. And Larry Bird credits Bill Fitch with having a lot to do with his work ethic as a young player coming into the league in Boston. So a little Bill Fitch trivia here as we head into the fourth quarter. Action continues as D. Scott Howard checks in. Our Red Sox fan checks in. Everybody enjoying the broadcast as San Diego wins the jump to start off the fourth period. Williams working on the perimeter against Bobby Lewis. He's going to put the ball on the floor and attack the glass. He's cut off by Rackley. Williams pulls up and shoots. No good, no foul. Hayes with the offensive rebound. Hayes with the putback attempt, all net. Elvin Hayes just keeps on keeping on. As the Cavaliers come back trying to cut into the deficit with Bobby Lewis, and Bobby Lewis gets the shot to fall, keeping the Cavaliers close. Lewis now finds himself stuck on the post trying to defend Elvin Hayes. That's not going to happen. Hayes finds Tomjanovich, and it's Tomjanovich who gets it to go for his 7th point. Bobby Lewis doesn't like his odds against Bernie Williams, so he kicks the ball out to Anderson on the perimeter. Cliff Anderson has seen limited action here. He's working against Tomjanovich. He's going to keep working it around, and Washington is fouled in the backcourt by Block. Washington tried the backdoor cut. Block grabbed him, and it will be a 2-shot foul for Washington. 74% free throw shooter on the season, but his first is off the rim. Number 2 for Bobby Washington is also no good, and Bernie Williams comes out of the scrum with the ball for San Diego. He gets it to Egan to start the offense. Egan looks around. He's got Bernie Williams on the wing, working against Bobby Lewis, and Williams walked. Not happy with the call is Bernie Williams, but that's not going to change anything. It's still a turnover, and it's still Cleveland basketball. Cleveland looking for a shot. Lewis has it on the block. On the outside against Block. He's going to pull up for the jump shot. No good. And guess who got the rebound? Elvin Hayes once again for San Diego. He gets it to Egan, and San Diego is going to bring it up at a leisurely pace and look for a good shot opportunity. Looks like Tomjanovich is the available man. Anderson closes in on him, knocks it away. San Diego retains possession. 10.5 minutes to play, and the Rockets still hold that double-digit lead as Rudy T looks to inbound. It's going to be Bernie Williams working outside. Jump shot no good, and it's Anderson with the rebound. Cliff Anderson gets his first rebound for the Cavaliers, and it will be Cleveland basketball working from left to right. Washington brings it up, looks around, doesn't see much. They're down to 2 seconds on the shot clock. Lewis has forced to drive, forces it up. No good. Got a piece of it by Hayes, and he must have got a piece of the rim because he passes it back out. Actually, there's just 1 second on the shot clock. What's Cleveland going to do? Lewis drives, pulls up, no good, Block with the rebound. So Cleveland a little too leisurely on their attack that time. Had to force up a shot to beat the shot clock. Didn't really have a chance. Elvin Hayes now on the block. Has Bobby Washington on the mismatch. He gets it back out to Egan, and Egan puts it down from free throw line extended. Nothing but net. And the Rockets are back up 13. Cleveland's going to need do some work. They've got a ways to go to get back into this ball game. They managed to keep it close in the third. They don't want to let it get away now. But they just don't have the firepower on the court at the moment. They work it down to Chappell. Jump shot no good. Tomjanovich out with the rebound for San Diego. And San Diego is going to run it back with numbers. Johnny Egan leading the break. Gets it to Hayes. Hayes drives, no good. Anderson comes out with the rebound for Cleveland. Good effort by Anderson on the defensive end. And it's Cleveland basketball. Not much happening on the offensive side. They finally get it down to Rackley working on the low post. He shoots a short jumper off the glass, no good. Tomjanovich with the board for San Diego. And back come the Rockets. Leading by 13. Block shoots a 15-footer that won't go down, and Chappell comes out with it for Cleveland. Cleveland once again just clinging, fingers on the ledge, trying to keep this a close ball game. Chappell inside. One-handed runner is good. And that ends a 3-minute scoring drought for the Cavaliers and cuts the lead back to 11. San Diego's going to look into Hayes. Fadeaway is good. And that is 40 points for Elvin Hayes. How about that? Bobby Washington is going to attack Egan. His shot is no good. Off the top of the board and out of bounds. Rockets ball. A whole battalion of Rockets are coming back into the game for San Diego, as Tomjanovich and Egan in particular are looking pretty gassed. And they're going to give these guys a blow and get them ready for the stretch run. Cleveland's got Sorensen and Wesley back in the game, along with Johnny Warren and Bingo Smith. San Diego's going to look inside to Trapp. Trapp from in close, shot off the rim. Wesley with the rebound. And it's going to be Wesley open on the block. Wesley with the interior pass to Sorensen, and it's stripped away by Stu Lance. Stu Lance has done it on all ends of the court tonight, defense and offense. And now it's going to be Calvin Murphy on the attack with 7:30 to play. Murphy lobs it to Kimball. Kimball lays it up and good. And the lead is back up to 15 for San Diego. Boy, Cleveland needs to do something now while the bench mob is in for San Diego. Wesley can't get the jump shot to go from the post. And it's Don Adams with his 11th rebound for San Diego. And once again, it is starting to get away from Cleveland. Murphy brings it up and looks to Lance. Lance is going to look back to Murphy. Oh, and Bobby Smith goes down. Bobby Smith is in rough shape here with a knee injury, and he hobbles away, leaving the court for Cleveland. And it looks like he may be in bad shape for a while here. Cook returns to the game along with John Johnson for the Cavaliers. Still trying to keep it a ball game. And it's going to be Calvin Murphy attacking from out top. He powers to the basket. He's cut off by Wesley. Murphy's shot no good. Cook on the rebound for the Rockets. For the Cavaliers. And Johnny Warren brings it into the front court. Wesley has a smaller trap on his hip in the post. Short jump shot is good. Wesley working effectively against the smaller man on the post. Murphy on the attack for San Diego. Shot no good. Wesley on the rebound. 6 straight misses for Murphy as they struggle to find offense. It's a 3-on-1 coming back the other way for Cleveland. Warren leads the break. Warren to Sorensen to Cook, no good. And Lance comes away with a rebound. Another Johnny on the spot play for Stu Lance as he continues to impress for the Rockets. They've got Hayes inside. Fadeaway no good. Murphy catches the rebound for San Diego and tosses it back out. 71 rebounds on the game for San Diego. That is phenomenal. Trapp now bangs away in the low post. Short jumper over Johnson, no good. Johnson comes away with the rebound. Outlets to Warren, and Cleveland will run. Warren to Sorensen. Sorensen back to Warren. Shot no good. Calvin Murphy on the rebound. Cleveland once again cannot convert. Murphy runs it back the other way. 3-on-1. Murphy to Hayes, and it's swatted away by Sorensen. Good recovery by Sorensen, but it is Lance coming out of there with the loose ball for San Diego, and San Diego will have another opportunity. Murphy's going to go on the attack, but Murphy falls down. He's holding his shoulder. Stoppage of play briefly, but Murphy will remain in the game. And it will be Lance on the attack for San Diego. He drives to the baseline, lays it up nicely, no good. Knocked to the floor by Cook. Nothing happens. Rebound by Trapp. Trapp on the short rainbow shot with the follow, nothing but net. A lot of contact on that play, but the referees swallowed their whistles, and Trapp was able to take advantage on the offensive glass. Here's Cook attacking for Cleveland. His shot won't go. Wesley on the rebound. Wesley inside with the putback. Rolls around the cylinder, no good. Sorensen with the tip. It's off the rim. Wesley with his 10th rebound. And he passes it back out on top. To Warren. Warren at the point. He jumps. He releases a shot. He hits the shot. Nothing but net. And he's fouled on the play by Stu Lance. That is 14 now for Warren, looking to make it 15 and convert the three-point play. Warren's shot is no good, but Sorensen steals the rebound away, and it's tipped over to Wesley. Wesley inside, short shot is good. So Cleveland with a 4-point play cuts it back to an 11-point game as we were under 6 to play here in the fourth. Stu Lance on the attack. Drives the baseline. He gets knocked down by Warren, and Warren is called for the foul. Foul on the floor, so it'll be just one shot for Stu Lance. 5 for 7 from the line today for San Diego. And he can't get this one to go. But it's Bernie Williams on the offensive rebound, passing it back out, and the Rockets will have another opportunity to make something happen. Lance on the wing, drives to the basket, and is stolen by Bobby Washington. Washington brings the ball up slowly for Cleveland as they set up the offense. They're going to look to John Johnson. Johnson on the baseline, spin move, jump shot, and he hits it. He was off balance, but he got it to go. And it is back to a 9-point game here in Cleveland. Fans are getting excited. Only 5 minutes to play, so the Cavs need to keep their foot on the gas. As Bernie Williams looks to penetrate for San Diego, and it is Luther Rackley swatting it away. Washington on the rebound, and Cleveland has a chance to cut the lead further as Washington brings it up. They look inside to John Johnson, and Johnson pump fakes, shuffles his feet, no call. Johnson up and good. I thought in 1971 they were still calling traveling in the NBA, but that wasn't the case on Johnson's basket. John Trapp inside. Jump shot over Johnson is good, and that ends an 8-0 run for Cleveland and puts the Rockets back up on top by 9. Cleveland, the clock is not their friend. They work it to Johnson on the perimeter. Shot is up and it's good. Johnson got it to go, and he is fouled on the play by Kimball, and Johnson will go to the line. That's going to bring Calvin Murphy back into the game for San Diego, as they need all their horses out there to hold on to this 7-point lead here with 4 minutes to play. Johnson can't get the shot to go. There's a battle for the rebound, and Washington comes out with it for Cleveland. Cleveland with another opportunity to cut into the lead. They look once again to John Johnson. Jump shot is up and good. Sensational pass by Bobby Washington, and the lead is now down to 5 points. San Diego is going to look to their big man, Elvin Hayes, inside. He can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound. Hayes with a putback attempt, not this time. Bounces out of bounds, Cleveland ball, and here come the Cavaliers. The fans in Cleveland Arena are clapping and stomping, and Bill Fitch is yelling at his team to keep on trucking. As they look inside to Walt Wesley. The team's leading scorer cannot get the jump shot to go, but he is fouled by Hayes. And Wesley will go to the line to shoot 2. There are a bunch of fans in their cars in the parking lot listening to the radio broadcast saying, "Gee whiz, wow, we wish we hadn't left the arena early," as Wesley hits both free throws, and it is, ladies and gentlemen, a 3-point game here in Cleveland Arena. San Diego led by as much as 22 earlier in the second half, and the Cavaliers have just chipped away and gotten it back down to a 3-point game. Murphy, quick shot outside as he steps in, no good. Tipped away by Adams, right to Lance. And the Rockets have a fresh 24-second clock to work with, and Lance smartly pulls it back out. Looking around, they've got Trapp in the lane. Trapp gets it back out to Murphy. Shot no good. Sorensen with the rebound for Cleveland, and the momentum continues the Cavaliers' way. As Warren brings the ball back up and the Cavaliers look to cut the lead to within 1 point. Who'd have thunk it? As this game continues to be tight. Sorensen on the perimeter. Jump shot is good. 18 for Sorensen, and it is a 1-point game with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Fine coaching by the Marine drill instructor, Bill Fitch, keeping his team disciplined. Murphy on the perimeter shoots a jump shot, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Warren. And Calvin Murphy will shoot 2. First rule of DSH, never leave early. That's my man. Glad to hear it. That's something I always say when I take my kids to the ball games. Real fans don't leave early. So, all y'all who are still here with us in Cleveland are true fans. Murphy knocks down the first free throw, and it's a 2-point game with under 3 minutes to play. And Murphy gets the second one to drop, and the lead is back to 3. Not to be denied, Cleveland is coming back. They're going to work it down to Wesley, their best offensive threat. Oh, but it's knocked away by Lance and stolen by Stu Lance. Another big play by Stu Lance on the defensive end of the court. And the Rockets escape that situation with a chance to extend the lead. It's going to be Murphy on the attack. Whistle blows. Lance is fouled in the backcourt by Sorensen. And it will be Lance shooting 2 for the Rockets with a chance to stretch it back out to a 5-point game if he can hit both of them. First shot is good. Our Red Sox fan is still here. Lance hits the second, and again it's a 5-point lead. Does Cleveland have another rabbit in the hat to erase this 5-point deficit with just 2:41 to play? John Johnson working inside against Trapp. Johnson drives. Johnson travels. Oh, a big turnover by John Johnson as the Rockets yet again have a chance to extend the lead. Murphy on the attack. Perimeter jump shot, no good. Warren with the rebound for the Cavaliers. And he brings it into the front court, and he gets it to Bobby Lewis. What's Lewis going to do? He's got Murphy on the switch. He doesn't like what he sees. He's going to continue to work the ball around the perimeter. Johnson working against Trapp. He's going to take the shot. Jumps and releases. Another off-balance shot, and he hits another one. Once again, it is a 3-point game. Can Cleveland get a stop on the defensive end? What's San Diego going to do? They're going to run the low pick and roll. They've got Elvin Hayes with a mismatch on the post. Oh, and Lewis comes up with the steal. What a play by Lewis. He was against the bigger Hayes on the post, but he comes out with the steal. And Cleveland has a chance once again to cut it to a 1-point game as Warren brings it up. They've got Wesley on the post with Murphy on his hip. Short jump shot from the paint is nothing but net, and it, fans, is a 1-point game with just 93 seconds left to play. What will the Rockets do now? Alex Hannum, the coach, shouting his encouragement from the bench. It's Murphy on the attack. Passing to Trapp. Murphy gets it back from 15 feet, no good. Rebound on the play to Johnny Warren, and the Cavaliers have a chance to take the lead with 1:23 to go. Warren passes to Lewis. Lewis looks around. Not much happening here. They've got Johnson on the low post against the smaller man Trapp. What can Johnson do? Short jump shot. He can't get it to fall, and Stu Lance with another rebound for San Diego. Another big play by Stu Lance as the Rockets come back, working right to left. Pass outside to Murphy, tipped away by Warren. Warren cannot come up with the steal, and it's out of bounds to San Diego. Lewis is exhausted for the Cavaliers, but he's going to stay out there. San Diego is going to bring Tomjanovich back into the game, who is a very, very good inside defense. Actually, they're going to stick with Trapp. Trapp can defend better outside against John Johnson, so Trapp will stay in the game, and the Rockets will inbound. They look for Lance. Lance on the wing. Goes to the rack. Cleveland is weak inside, and Lance converts for the layup. And we're under 1 minute to play. And once again, it is a 3-point lead for San Diego. Cleveland on the attack. Wesley on the post. He's their guy. Mr. Clutch. Short jumper won't go down. Adams on the rebound. And it's a 3-point game now with 46 seconds to play. Lance brings it up. Rockets are going to burn some clock. 15 on the shot clock. Lance on the perimeter. Drives to the basket. Shot no good, but Lewis is called for the foul on the play, and Lance will head back to the free throw line. Boy, I tell you, Elvin Hayes has stolen the headlines with 40 and 28. But Stu Lance has been an unsung hero here tonight. He has got 27 points and a chance to extend the lead for San Diego. He gets the first to go, and it's now a 4-point game. As the fans are getting tense here in Cleveland Arena, Lance converts the second, and it's a 5-point game, and things are looking desperate for the hometown Cavaliers. What's Cleveland going to do? They've got Adams outside. He's got a mismatch. But they get it over to Bob Lewis. Back to Warren. Warren shoots the 15-footer. It's good. Three points, and Cleveland needs to get the ball back somehow. Murphy, pick and roll with Hayes. Bounces it to Hayes down low, and Lewis grabs him. Lewis commits the intentional foul, the 5th foul on the team. Hayes is 12 of 13. He'll shoot a pair of free throws, but he can't hit the first. Second shot off the rim, battle for the rebound. Wesley comes out with it. And the Cavaliers are going to take a timeout. They've got to speed up the offense and go for the quick shot. They're going to crash the board strong. And they are going to have to look for the quick shot here on this play. And it will be Sorensen to inbound. Quick shot, timeout after score. They've got Wesley on the low post on the mismatch, but they can't get it to him. Johnson on the follow away. Sorensen on the offensive glass. Shoots from in close, around and out, and that is your ball game. Oh my goodness, a disappointing ending for the fans here in Cleveland. They had 2 shots to cut into the lead. They could not get it done, and San Diego escapes with a 3-point victory here in Cleveland Arena. Al, Red Sox fan, says, what a game, and what a game indeed as San Diego holds on to win. Elvin Hayes, indeed the man who ended UCLA's winning streak back in the days of Lou Alcindor. That was a classic, and tonight's game was almost a classic. But thank you all for staying. Appreciate everybody's hanging out here in the chat. And that was an epic game, says D. Scott Howard. Elvin Hayes, clearly the star of the game. 40 points, 28 rebounds. What a performance for the Big E. Stu Lance with 29 and 6. And did a little bit of everything tonight for San Diego. 15 points for Calvin Murphy. A disappointing loss to Cleveland as they fall to 1-6 on the season, but they gave everything they had tonight. John Johnson with 22, Walt Wesley with 21, but just not enough for the Cavaliers to keep up with the powerful San Diego Rockets. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks to D. Scott Howard and our Red Sox fans, the real fans here. Thanks to the other folks. Dave Garner was here for a good bit. Rob was here. Thanks for stopping in, Rob. Hope you get to feeling better. And that's going to be our broadcast for tonight. All right, thanks for hanging out this Friday night. I will be traveling this coming week on business, so I'll be spending a lot of time online, but I won't be able to broadcast next Friday night. Maybe Sunday afternoon, if nothing's going on, I'll pop in and do some things. If you don't see me broadcasting on Sunday, it's going to be next weekend before I'm able to get back on the airwaves. So I will miss broadcasting next Friday night for you guys, but it's always a pleasure to hang out and enjoy some basketball together. So thanks everybody for coming. That's our stream, and I am out of here.